It's Taxi Vlog 200. I've been requested to do some special things for this particular episode, just because to some people perhaps it is significant. No, you'll have to wait for another time. It was Easter week. In fact, this is Easter Monday, the 9th of April, 2012. The Friday started out nothing special, as I kind of expected it to be. Long weekends are generally not that good. But as the night went on, I started getting longer fares, and maybe not more of them, but the ones that I did get were longer. And towards the end of the night, I got a 5:15 time call that went out to the airport for a reasonable little chunk of change. And these people can't drive worth shit. Well, you knew that already. You've seen this already. That is just a bad corner. And there you go. It was a good night for the Friday. Got me most of my grocery money. So I got grocery money. So Cindy and I can go out to dinner and we can get food and supplies and things to last us the next couple of weeks, which is good. Gotta start saving up for the rent though. It's already 1/3 of the month is gone, or almost 1/3 of the month is gone, and we gotta have the rent in the the rent goes up this month too, because it's May. It will be the May rent, and every year they manage to put up the rent every however many percent they're allowed. I think it's 2% or 2.5%. Anyway, whatever. The rent goes up for May. And so the cost of living increases, but the income does not. In fact, it has been diminishing. But it was a good Friday. Good Fridays are not always that good, but this time it worked out okay. Considering how business has been, it's not been too terrible. The Saturday night, I'll go back to Friday for a second here. It was a full moon, did you know that? And during that full moon, at one point when I was away from downtown to avoid trouble, I'm out in Saanich and I'm sitting near the Walmart area and I get a call. So I proceed towards where that call is. And when I get to the corner where the Future Shop is, some kid on a skateboard runs into the side of the cab. He just sort of bounces off the door, leaving the mirror damaged. Like, I wasn't gonna stop and get out and fight him or anything like that. I just figured, okay, fine. I didn't realize that the mirror was broken until the next shift. But I did notice that it had been pushed in. So the next customer who got in, I rolled down the window and asked the customer, could you do me a favor and push the mirror out, please? Speaking of which, the mirrors are not in the right position. Move that one in a little bit and down, and that one in a little bit and down. That's better. Now I can see out the sides and out the back and everything. Yeah, kid run right into the side of it. So now we have one headlight working, which is the other one from the one that was last time out. The battery situation is another car battery with jumper cables jumped towards the battery of the cab, so we don't really have the proper battery in there. Not my concern. apart from that, there's nothing wrong with the car. Good thing the police don't pick on us for burnt out headlights. Yes. Saturday was, you know, surprisingly not too terrible for a Saturday. So Saturday was okay. It was good. I did well as Friday, which, you know, it was more than what I was asking for, which was good. It was somewhat busy, for me anyway, and somewhat steady. And unlike most Friday or Saturday nights, after 3 o'clock it didn't really die off. It just kept on going steady towards the end, and that's what made the night work out. Last night, Sunday, I came out optimistic, but everyone was talking about doom and gloom. Well, as soon as I got out, I had two $20 fares, one right after another, so it's like, okay, there's half my lease right there. And then I had another shorter one, which was okay, you know, I didn't mind. And I figured I'd go home for a break around 11:30-ish, because I was tired of sitting in the parking lot talking with the guys. So I was on my way home, and I was a block away from home, and this thing sent me out to the airport to pick up an account customer. Now, I had a lot of account charges and interacts and things. I think I only brought home $35 in cash, but I'm owed about $50 because I had overs. I had more charges and interacts and stuff than I needed to pay the lease on the car. So as long as I get cash tonight, I'll be very happy, because I'll be bringing home 2/3 of yesterday's income and all of tonight's income. So we got to find a way to. Why is this thing out? Is that unplugged? Is that not working? Oh, that's what. There we go. Now we have power. Great. Close that. Yeah, you know, this car's been on the road, what, 2-3 months, and it's already, yeah. So, yeah, that was last night. Last night worked out okay. So now we're on now we're on Monday night. There's tonight to work and tomorrow night to work. I'll talk about those next week. Oh, yes. Cindy and I went to see the Hunger Games movie. It was okay, but I found it kind of blurry and the camera movement's kind of shaky. You know, it's the kind of thing that I'm often accused of in my videos, but this on the size of the screen gave me a headache and made me uncomfortable. Did I ever mention that I can't do IMAX or 3D because it gives me a headache and makes me all dizzy and disoriented, uncomfortable. Okay, so we went to see the movie, and afterwards I was kind of uncomfortable. I had a chicken and shrimp yakisoba before that at this place called Edo Japan at the mall, and Cindy went for some Greek salad or souvlaki or something, and then we went to see the movie. So coming out of the movie, I was kind of disoriented and heated up and uncomfortable and sweaty and just I just wanted to go home. So once we got home, I walked right past the full trash can that was sitting there, and the trash can didn't end up making it to the curb. So then in the morning, I was doing my exercises, and I was sitting on my chair wobbling. This has to do with my back, so I'm doing core exercises and stretching and warming up my back, my lower back. And I'm sitting there wobbling on the chair, on my wobble thing, and I see my trash can next to my chair. And I'm going, oh shit, oh no, I forgot to put the trash out to the curb. So in the middle of wobbling, I just jumped out of the chair and I ran outside and I noticed all the garbage cans on the street had already been emptied. This was on Friday. Now, I figured, okay, they have pickup at the municipal yard, which is not really a long drive from our place, so I'll go on Saturday. You know, you go to the municipal yard and you can drop off your garbage or your tree clippings or hedge trimmings or whatever you got. And so I get there and they open at 9. I went there at 7:30 thinking they were open early. No, there was nobody there. It was locked. So I went back home and said, okay, 9 o'clock, fine, 9. So 20 after 9 or so, I arrived there, and it's a big lineup full of vans and trucks and cars and just a big lineup, and the lineup is moving slowly. So I wait my turn. I get at the end of the line, and I sit there for about 45 minutes waiting and waiting and waiting. Good thing I had some good tunes going. So I was sitting there in the lineup waiting, and inching up slowly and slowly, inching up. And we went through this Rube Goldberg kind of way through the yard towards where the trash pickup was. Anyway, after 45 minutes of waiting, there was a lane 1 for yard waste, and there was a lane 2 for garbage. Guess what? Everyone was going into lane 2 for their yard waste because they're starting to do gardening and cleaning up branches that had fallen in the winter, and the weather's starting to get nice and springtimey, right? So the other lane, there was nobody in it. So I went in the other lane and I drove up, and there was a guy standing there, and he said, oh, see the guy in the shed there? And there's a guy in a shed, and he's got like a window, and you drive up to him, and I say, well, I got 1 can of trash in the trunk that I forgot to get to the curb on Friday. He says, oh, well, go ahead, dump it in the truck there. So, long story short, had I gone in by the other gate, I could have saved myself 45 minutes of waiting in line for nothing. These things are not very well marked. Oh, and to make it even worse, good thing I checked online, because it said April 14th they're discontinuing the garbage pickup at the yard. They will still have the yard waste thing, but they will not be picking up garbage anymore. I would have to drive another 10 kilometers out to the dump, and at the dump they charge you to get rid of your junk. So that would have maybe cost me $5 or $8 to get rid of that can of trash if it were 2 weeks from now. Anyway, by the time I got home, after wasting 45 minutes in line, Cindy was doing a garage sale to get rid of some more junk that we had lying around. It's because a couple of weeks ago I got tired of tracking through the mud to get to our door. See, she has a scooter, the one with the ape hanger handlebars. She has a scooter that looks kind of like a Harley Davidson, and her scooter was in the way. So I had determined the perfect place for the scooter was in the driveway, but she said, no, I'm not parking that $6,000 scooter out in the driveway. It's got to be behind the house. And so there's an alcove near the corner which would hide it from view from the street, but it was full of glassware and pottery and things that Cindy had, projects that she had abandoned some time back. So what I did was I just put all those things on the driveway and parked the scooter in the place where it should be. So now I can walk on the sidewalk to our door and not get mud tracked into the house. Good idea, no? Well, after about a week or so, one of the neighbors complained, because we live in an exclusive neighborhood. one of the neighbors complained that they're going to cart all that stuff to the dump and send the bill to Cindy. Or send the bill to us. And then Cindy said, no problem, I'll have a garage sale. So she had a garage sale and she sold some of her junk, and she made about $80 or $90 on stuff we weren't using and stuff that was just sitting there. So needless to say, we still have a lot of shit. We still have a lot of stuff to get rid of. But you know, it's all about downsizing, and things that you don't use, why keep them? And only buy the things you need. And then you won't be burdened with so much junk and stuff and shit that useless crap. Because I hate it when I have to move something out of the way to get at something I want to use. I just want to have that something I want to use right there, you know, at my finger's touch. What else about this special Taxi Vlog 200? Oh yeah, I'm about halfway through my book. Halfway. Protector's War. S.M. Stirling. Good stuff. Very good stuff. It's keeping me entertained because there isn't much YouTube now with this holiday weekend. You know, an hour and a half a day or so, or 2 hours a day, and I'm looking at, I've done my YouTube watching. Usually it takes me a little longer, like 3 or 4 hours a day, if I'm going to stay on top of it. And this is why I bring the computer to work, because on slow nights, if I miss 3 or 4 days, I can catch up on 3 or 4 days of viewing YouTube out here in the cab. And I guess I can go now because it's a red light, but we are allowed to turn red, right on red in British Columbia. A little known fact is that we're allowed to turn left on red too, providing that we're turning onto a one-way street. But only in Victoria. In the other municipalities, no, it's no-no. But in the other municipalities, there are no one-way streets. So that kind of negates that thing. So in Victoria, okay, you're allowed to turn left on a red if you're turning onto a one-way, but not in Vancouver or anywhere else in the province. Only in Victoria. I am getting repetitive, yes. No, it's not. Oh, look. Oh, look. The parking lot has people in it. Well, I'm gonna... I was also... There's Tony. There's Tony. Hello, Tony. Hi, Ann.
Well, happy Easter to you too.
Happy Easter to you too.
Is it over now? Or
I think it's done.
There's about another 3-4 hours.
Yes.
You can say that, and that's it.
Yes, we have 3 hours and 42 minutes, and Easter will be over.
Here we go. Have you met this young lady?
No, I've never seen her.
She's looking for a good.
Never.
She's looking for a good-looking boyfriend, and it was not me. It probably you.
I've already taken. Sorry.
Okay. Well, see, you're out of luck.
She's just too fat.
You're out of luck. You're out of luck, Abby.
Well,
How's Andy doing?
Andy's doing okay.
Did you work yesterday?
Yeah, I did.
And how was it?
A lot of charges.
Everybody's coming from the airport and the bus and
The airport and the Walmart.
That's right.
And the going home from mothers and stuff like that.
Yeah, people are bankrupt.
Bankrupt.
Tell me, did you work Friday?
Yes.
How was Friday?
Friday worked out okay.
Because less cars on the road?
I don't know about less cars on the road, but I got lucky. I had a couple of long ones out to... was that Friday or was that Saturday? I forget. Both nights were okay. I did almost 400 both nights.
Oh, that's good.
For this year, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. For 5 years ago, it's shit, but for this year, it's good.
400 on a Friday, Saturday, on a long weekend. Whoa. That's
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, 390, 380.
Well, it doesn't
yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
You're close to the 100, the 4.
Close to the 4.
That's good. That means you took at least 250 home.
Well, not 250, but 230. It's a $150 lease on this pig.
I know.
So?
150, and then you pay gas about another 20, 25.
Well, 12.
175.
Yeah, I heard that the leases have really gone up.
No.
Oh, the leases are ugly. But I got to show some of my viewers something here. Okay, you guys asked for it. This is the parking lot. Okay, there's like an Acura dealership, which we're parked in front of. There's another dealership down there for Lexus or Infiniti.
No, this is not Lexus.
There's a Nissan over there, and there's an Acura over here. And there is my poor little taxi, and there's Tony's ride. There's a top light, and here's another top light. See? There's my headlight that's burnt out, and if you give it a tap, it still doesn't come on. This one works. See, Tony's saving energy. He's got his lights turned off. And there's Ann. She's an ex-cabbie. She used to drive taxi, but she got out of the business, which is a good thing. I wish I could retire too, but I can't. So I'm out here, and we're probably not going to make any money tonight, and you probably can't see me because it's getting dark. Look, the sky is a little bluish up there, and look, my battery is almost dead. So you asked for it. Hope your night is better than mine. Have a good one.